Firebottom had used profits from the shipping company to purchase the debts of 10 members of his family and buy 3 more freighters. The influx of ore and alloy to the station had caused a boom of construction. The zoo arm had been enclosed with atmosphere, 7 farms for the SFP had been built, and the arm leading to the bank was started. Sam was suited in his spacesuit, fragger in place at his hip. He walked down the arm to the consortium storehouse. He approached the fortified door and nodded to the 2 Stygian guards. They placed 4 palms on the airlock control and it opened for Sam. He entered, and the door shut behind him. Acidic airs poured in. Pressure was equalized, and the other door opened. Sam entered the massive storehouse. Racks of containers lined the walls, strapped in. Sam started to float and activated his mag boots, clunking down to the floor. 2 brightly colored members of Guachuk's species stretched over, their webbing expanding and contracting, moving them rapidly through the racks. They inflated air bubbles in their tendrils and hissed at him. Sam's earpiece translated. "What are you doing here, human?" "This is my station. Where else am I supposed to be? This is a consortium storage facility. In my station." The 2 web creatures focused eyes on one another. The bluer of the 2 turned back to him. "Is there something you want?" "Yes, there is," he said. "What do you want, human Sam?" "You have numerous outlawed weapons in this facility. The council members of the Great Arm may be interested in the source of where all the pirates are getting their armaments." "Did you tell them?" "No, I do not plan to." "Then why did you mention such threat?" "It's called blackmail. You give me what I want and I keep quiet." "What is it you want?" "I have always been fascinated by atomic weapons. Your log says you have several here in storage." "You want an atomic weapon?" "Yes, the big one, please. Guachuk will be angry." "I will deal with Guachuk. You get me my warhead." The 2 creatures looked at each other again, flexed, and then disappeared quickly into the racks. A grin stretched across Sam's face as he pushed the cart back to his tower. Sam stood beside the thermonuclear warhead. Curator sat atop of it. "Orbit?" Sam asked. The small purple boy appeared next to him. "Yes, sir." "What are your thoughts on this thing? Is it a danger here?" Orbit paced around it, while Curator gave it a side glance under her. "No, sir," Orbit answered. "It is locked and safety protocols are active within it. It appears to be of rather sturdy design as well." Curator knocked on it. "Good housing, reinforced. Can we put it on a missile or something?" he asked. Curator hopped off and walked around it. "We have the engines from the Bethany. With a power cell and a shell, we could have a missile easily." Orbit nodded. "Yeah, that is easily doable." Good, good. I feel a little bit safer already." Sam looked at Orbit. "How are lunch preparations going?" "Food is almost ready as you requested." "Good, good. And our guests?" "They are arriving presently, sir." Sam looked at Curator. "You okay securing this room?" She nodded. "Yes, sir. Enjoy your lunch." Sam entered the lunchroom. The tables were full of peoples. Numerous SFP Stygians. Guachuk was seated, as was several from the consortium, Firebottom with 3 of his cousins, and even the Preserver was present. Thinwalk stood as Sam walked in. The Stygian hologram appeared in yellow. "All welcome our host." The people stood and made an assortment of noises. Sam raised his hands with a smile. "Thank you all." He lowered his hands as he looked around the room. "I gathered you all here to eat with me. This is a custom among my people. We have a saying, when good favor finds you, don't build walls but rather build a bigger table. I invite you all here today to my table to enjoy the foods of our labor. You have each been briefed on what items you are capable of eating." Sam motioned as several SFP walked in with spheres. "I present to you all sandwiches." The SFP lowered the appropriate spheres to each table. Sam watched as each table peered in at the dishes. "Preserver, would you stand?" The Preserver stood, a tremor in his legs. Sam smiled. "As you all know, the Preserver opened his zoo this month. He was able, for those of you capable, to clone some beef for meatball sub sandwiches. We have a full-formed cow with calf, allowing us to make just enough cheese for this meal." Sam clapped. "Thank you, Preserver, for your hard work." The Preserver bounced 3 times. It then proceeded to grab a sandwich from the sphere and sat back on its bench. Sam raised an arm toward the SFP. I wanted to thank you, starfish peoples. You have worked so hard. Your farms are the foundation of our community. Your knack for tending crops is amazing. Thank you for growing the crops we are feasting on today. I am proud to admit and sorry to say that we have whiskey. However, SFP, to my dismay, have notified me that I am only one that can drink it. Humanity, wherever they are, would be happy to know all of you. The SFP twitched. One stood up, still in contact with its cohorts who were already taking bites of their sandwiches. You are proven, Sam. We have nursery. We have more life space. You keep adding to us. We are happy to grow food for you. Sam smiled and turned toward Firebottom. He had inserted a portion of a sandwich into an opening on the side of his mask. Firebottom, I wanted to thank you and your people for working so hard to provide materials for the station. Your hard work has helped this place grow into a home for all of us here. Firebottom raised one of his hands to wave Sam off, as the other hand shoved another bite into the flap. Sam saw Guachuk squirm in his tube. Guachuk, you and I have been at odds with one another numerous times. Yes, you are truthful with that, Guachuk replied. Sam continued. Guachuk, I am thankful for you, too. Our dealings are often at odds, yet we have prospered together. You are truthful in that as well, human. Sam sat down in his chair. Everyone eat. Happy Thanksgiving. Sam watched as everyone ate and took the first sip of Twain distilled whiskey. Orbit appeared beside Sam a few minutes into the meal. Sir. Yes. You are needed in the control room. What's going on? A ship within sector is issuing threats. Sam looked at Thinwalk. Get your teams armored up. Thinwalk waved back. Yes, we shall. Thinwalk took another bite of meatball sub as he got up. Sam ran through the mist down the hall to the control room. Squishies scattered as he shot past them. 2 security stickies running in the same direction parted as Sam bolted past them. The door parted as Sam entered. Stickians were at the terminals watching feeds of the ship. It was thickly armored, crab-shaped, with limbs covered in weapons. Several of the arms were aimed at the station. Sam walked up to the main control terminal. What are they wanting? Orbit appeared beside him. They are demanding you turn over the station to them. Put them on screen. A screen flickered and displayed the ship's captain. Its face was asymmetrical, lumpy, hair on its body, and it wore metal upon its body bound with strips. I am Captain Kill-All of the Destructor. You will turn over this station. Orbit, did you translate correctly? Yes, sir. That is what he goes by. All right, we got a taser-face situation. Hello, Captain. I am Sam of Twain Station. Prepare for our arrival. You will surrender the station to us. This is a neutral port of call. All are welcome here. You can dock, but this station is human-controlled space. Sam looked over the other monitors. You can come, eat, trade, socialize if you wish, but I ask that you de-energize your weapons arrays. You are weak, human. You sound weak. You look weak. You are weak. You will surrender. We will come aboard and your slaves shall be ours. Everyone here is paid. There are no slaves. And before you issue another threat, please scan your own ship. Kill-All turned its head and flicked approval to someone off screen. What? Kill-All stood up. It then looked back at Sam. What is on my ship? You put those on my ship? Yes, I have box spiders floating in a defensive network around this station for situations such as yourselves. You can either dock in peace, or I can order them to depressurize your destructor. Kill-All sat back down. You are not so weak. Looks can be deceiving. Would you like to come aboard? Yes, we will meet with faces. Then I welcome you, Captain, to Twain Station. Berth 2 is unoccupied. Please follow docking procedures, and I will meet you at the gantry. We will be there shortly, human. The feed cut off. Sam sighed. Well, we're not dead. Not yet, sir, Orbit said. Curator Sam, Thinwalk, several Stickians, and a cluster of SFP stood at the entry hall awaiting their guests. Sam was in his protective spacesuit, Fragger at his hip, and modified Stickian rifle on his back. Curator was wearing her black dress and boots. She had 3 large blades on her hips, and a heat sword in her hand, leaning it over her shoulder blade behind her neck. The Stickians lined the room, rifles aimed. Thinwalk stood beside Sam with the SFP. The gantry doors opened. Kill-All and 10 of his crew entered. Kill-All was misshapen, a mass of lumps and hair. It was the size of an adult grizzly bear. Kill-All hunched over, avoiding hitting its head on the ceiling. On its body were large metal plates bound together by straps. On the plates, Sam could see symbols, writing, and depictions etched. Kill-All had 2 large arms, 2 smaller arms, and walked on 2 trunk-like legs. Kill-All's 2 large arms had 8 manipulating digits and held clubs in each. The 2 smaller arms were thin, with tiny hands, each holding a ranged pistol-like device. Kill-All's crew was an assortment of creatures: legs, arms, tentacles, struts, eyes, mouths, teeth, hair, slime, and all covered in metal armor and holding weapons. Sam took a deep breath. "You got me? I got you, sir." Curator tilted her head, hand clenching on her sword hilt. A SFP leaned close to Sam and hissed spit. Sam's speaker in his helmet spoke the translation. "Kill-All is whiskey tolerant." Sam smiled and walked toward his guest. "Welcome to the Twain, Captain." Sam held out his right hand, awaiting a handshake. "What are you doing?" Kill-All asked. "In my species, when 2 people meet, they shake hands to prove they do not have weapons readied and are open to discussion." Kill-All looked at Sam for a moment, then turned its head toward its crew. Kill-All's thick, fibrous hair bounced as it turned. It then looked back at Sam and holstered one of its pistols. Kill-All leaned forward and took Sam's hand. Its massive head was an inch from Sam's. Sam grabbed a hold and shook. Sam let go of Kill-All's hand and patted his arm. "Come with me, we have much to discuss." Sam turned his back to Kill-All and walked toward his people. "SFP, bring up some of the remaining meatball subs to my dining room." He then looked over at Curator. "Take the Twain Guard and escort the crew of the Destructor to Restaurant Row. I bet they could do with some food and drink, and put it on my tab." Curator smiled her black metal lips. "Yes, sir. I'll keep them in line." Sam turned back and noted that Kill-All had taken a few steps to follow. "You coming?" "Yes, human. You asked me to follow. I am following. You do not second-guess me." Kill-All grunted. "Have you met a human before?" "No. And I have not met you before, Captain. The only thing I am assuming is I know nothing about you." Sam started walking toward his quarters. "That is why we need to have a conversation." The door to the dining room opened and Sam stepped in, followed by the captain. Sam went to his seat at the head, took off his helmet, and motioned for Captain to take one of the large benches. "Sorry, I don't have a more comfortable chair. If you make a habit of visiting, I will make you one." Sam noted the 3 spheres on the table and his bottle of whiskey. Sam opened one of the black spheres, revealing 4 meatball subs. Kill-All gasped. "That smells good. What is that?" "A Twain Station special. The meatball sub." Kill-All reached and stopped. "You are full of tricks, human." Kill-All pulled its arm back. "You may kill me through my stomachs." Sam reached in and took a sandwich. He took a bite, chewed, and swallowed. "If I wanted you dead, I would have vented your ship." Sam took another bite. Kill-All watched and reached in, taking a sandwich. It opened its mouth, revealing rows of serrated teeth. It bit the large sandwich in half. Sam watched as Kill-All's face twisted, moving the teeth in semicircles inside. Kill-All tilted its head back. "That is very, very good. Many kinds of tastes. Seasoned flesh." Kill-All threw the rest of the sandwich in his mouth and started twist chewing. Sam got up and retrieved some glasses off the shelf. He sat one down for Kill-All. He grabbed the whiskey and poured him a good-sized glass. Sam then poured himself an equal glass and sat down again. Sam raised his glass. "A toast to meeting new peoples." Kill-All looked at the glass. It picked it up and held it to a series of small holes on the side of its head. It breathed in. "What is this? It smells off." Sam smiled. "It is off on purpose. My people make this drink for celebrations and to help ease conversation." Kill-All held it out from its face. "You do not know if what you drink will hurt me. This could be poison." Sam took a sip. "No, it's actually good, but strong. I've been told by someone I trust with my life that your body can handle this drink." Kill-All looked it over. "I'm not weaker than you, human." Kill-All slammed the drink down its throat. Kill-All coughed. "It burns! My throat!" Sam laughed. "I'm sipping it for a reason. I told you it is strong. You gotta go slow and enjoy it." Kill-All reached for the bottle to pour another glass. Sam stopped its large hand. "You can't drink too much at once." "You said to drink it slow." I want to try again. I'll pour you another glass in a bit. Let me finish mine first so we can be equal. Kill-all thought for a moment and then sat back full on the bench. Sam took another drink. So, Kill-all, you wanted to loot my station? Yes, and enslave you. You got lots of slaves? Kill-all coughed, its body lunging. Yes, I have many. That drink was different. What is it called? Whiskey, Sam said. And why do you have slaves? Slaves fight. They can be good at taking things from me. Kill-all looked at Sam, tilting its head back and forth. What do you do with your slaves if not have them fight? Many of yours looked ready to fight for you. They are not slaves. Everyone here is employed and makes good wages. They were willing to fight for me out of their free will. Kill-all let out a loud barking noise. This drink makes my body feel good. I like this. That is its purpose. But if you drink too much, the good feeling will turn bad. It is a balance. Kill-all tilted its head. Wages, money, you have wealth here. I've heard from many ships that you give wealth to them so they stay away. I've come here for your wealth. That is what I figured. Did Guachuk not give you any? The consortium, Balak. He offered. I declined. I want all of it. Well, if you take all of it, the station dies and cannot make more. Kill-all tilted its head the other direction. Several lumps on its face shook. That makes sense, human. The station makes its own wealth. I saw the ships arriving and departing. You conduct much trade here. Yes. Your crew is enjoying food as we speak here. You could use some slaves, human. I will sell you some of mine. We can conduct trade. Sam finished his glass and grabbed up the bottle. He started pouring another glass for both. No. I refuse to trade in slaves. We could come up with other deals, though. Kill-all picked up its glass and took a small sip as Sam did. What other deals? I have slaves, you don't. What else is there you want? I worry a lot, Captain. I don't know what is out there. You have traveled, correct? Yes, I have taken from over 38 sectors. I have slaves from all of them. My stockades are full. I wish to buy your maps and scan the tech on your ship. It would be worth quite a bit to me. You would pay for that? Yes. How much? I can give you 500 C for the data. Is that a lot? You like the drink? Kill-all tilted its head. Yes, very much. Pain in my side has left. 500 C can buy a container of whiskey. That is an enticing offer. I like this drink, but a vat of this drink is not enough. You have wealth. I want it. Sam took another drink and sat his glass down. Well, screw the slow game. He sat back in his chair. I honestly don't know what you could get that I could buy in bulk. If you want wealth, you need to find something I want. I don't want your slaves. I do not know what you want, human. Kill-all took another drink. Sounds like you do not know what you want. I want this place to grow. I miss my people. I worry that someone like you will come and destroy us. Then grow this place. Find your people. Protect yourself. Kill-all barked. I need another large energy core. The Stygians aboard avoid the subject when I bring it up. I need that to grow. You cannot have the Destructor's core. Sam leaned in his chair. What's with all the slaves? You seem fixated on that to an odd degree, you know. My world is violent. My people are violent. Only way off my world is to sign on as a pirate. Being a slave gets you off world. It is our way. We fight. We get strong. We win. We take ships. Why don't your people make their own ships? Why make when you can take? Sam nodded. Griefers. A culture of griefers. Yes, I make grief. Others suffer, I get strong. Well, on my world we discovered something. Sam twisted in his chair. When you help ease someone's suffering, you ease your own. Craddock always suffer. We suffer from birth. Our pain is always. We bring our pain onto those who do not have it. Sam smiled. Are you in pain now? Kill-all tilted its head again, then back. It took its 4 hands and felt its body and legs. It barked. I do not have pain. It stood, head near the ceiling. I do not have pain. Sam took another sip. See, my people hurt each other lots. We have lots of war and pain in our past. We did so much. We enslaved each other. We killed, tortured, committed such horrible atrocities. When we think about what we did, we still feel the pain. We found every moment we are not hurting others, we aren't hurting ourselves. That is the start, my friend. Kill-All turned abruptly and looked at Sam. I am your friend? Sam nodded. If you want to be. Kill-All put its large fists on the table. Friend, not alone. You human are an anomaly. No one friends Craddock. I am finding that is one of humanity's great gifts. Sam stood up, looking up at Kill-All. I know what you can do for me, and I will pay handsomely. What do you want Kill-All to do? Sell me your maps. Sell me a scan of your tech. Buy a container of whiskey. Then I will pay you another 500C to take that container back to your homeworld. Drink with your fellow Craddock. Have them feel less pain as you do now. Kill-All barked. They will want to buy your whiskey. I know it. Sam smiled. Yes, and they will want currency. I will pay you to transport it. Your people will need work to pay for it, though. Orbit. Orbit appeared beside him. Yes, sir. What can the Craddock trade with us? I'm kinda drunk. I do not know, sir. It sounds like you need someone to go find out. The small purple boy grinned.